4 hours. Let's get into it. I'm skipping the 0 hour because Tag Team Championship match, FTR versus Young Bucks. What can I say about this match that hasn't already been said about their previous matches? It is a good match. I know there's some people out there who are tired of these guys feuding. There are also people out there who are tired of having steak on a silver platter and tired of having caviar for breakfast too. And those people, you never be satisfied, and that's okay. Jokes aside, this was a pretty good match tonight. Good stuff to start off. So, Toni Storm versus Marina Sophia. As much as these two had their mixed mayhem matches, I feel like this is the closest we'll see to them having that sort of kind of blood and guts type of warfare between these two. In the end, Toni did end up winning. AEW Continental Championship match, Jon Moxley taking on Takeshita Takeshita. What a match. I gotta say, this obviously topped their match at Grand Slam, because let's just be real here, it's just a god bless of a class between these two. And from bell to bell, what can I say? Fighting spirit until the end. And unfortunately, the end was Takeshita not winning again, and Jon Moxley still holding the championship. The Divine Dominion and the Babes of Wrath champions defending, and it was a squash. This is probably what should have happened like that the last defense, but finally they go down and we have new tag team champions, and it's gonna be quite a new revolution for the women's division, tag team division. Swerve Strickland and Brody King. If the main event was not obviously the most hardcore stuff on the freaking card, I'd probably say this match was up there for one of the most brutalist things in the show, but it is not. And what can I say? This definitely brings out the heelness in Swerve Strickland, the most dangerous man in AEW, and it also gives Brody King a good fighting spirit. He is a fighter, and he went down like one, in my opinion. Women's World Championship match, 2 out of 3 falls. Thekla taking on Chris Statlander. And if that strap match wasn't something to be excited about, I feel like 2 out of 3 falls matches, as they go on, I feel like there's a certain dynamic that is often expected out of them. And I feel like that same dynamic applies here. I feel like, for me, this is probably not as good as Chris Statlander could be, but I feel like in this match, she showed why she was a former AEW World Champion, and Thekla obviously showed why she still remains champion another day. New trios match, Jet Speed and Mystico versus the Don Callis family. These trios matches, my goodness, I didn't think they needed to be on the card, but they were here on the card anyway, so it's whatever. And I feel like AEW has kind of somewhat had a mastering of, multi-man matches. I feel like they always do them right. This was obviously part of the ones they got right. It just felt like I was out of place. On to something that wasn't out of place. We have Andrade El Idolo taking on Bandito. This match was freaking smooth, man. These guys aren't even bumping. They are just smoothing out on the pavement. I mean, obviously it hurts, but everything they did in that match, I tell you what, they hit like the perfect notes, in my opinion. I feel like if there was an ASMR of this, you would probably feel in your earlobes how smooth it is. That's how much this match ruled. In the end, the smooth man himself, Andrade, took out a world champion, which may be foreshadowing his eventual world championship to come, perhaps? Tornadoes Trios match, Roderick, Orange, and Darby versus the Dogs. Another multi-man match, which I feel like does it right, okay? It just feels like There's no one left out. The dogs lose, which is kind of weird since they're new. I thought they have an opening debut, but frig all that. To the main event of the evening. World Championship, Texas Deathmatch. MJF taking on the Hangman. I heard people say this was over the top and a lot of stuff. Syringe had been used early. They should have used the syringe at the end, in my opinion, instead of ring. But this was a freaking car crash, man. There are mixed opinions about this, but this to me was brutal and almost gagging. No selly, but in the end, MJF still standing, World Heavyweight Champion, and Hangman no longer able to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship unless something happens. But all in all, Revolution, a car crash. I probably still go with Vengeance Day as my favorite PLE of this month. Wow, this was something, and I wonder if still be all elite. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But until then, check out my videos, and STARZ Unite.